What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dissect Dana White, getting into it with Kevin Iole. And oh man, does old Kevin Iole fucking eviscerate Dana White. Kevin Iole comes with the receipts, he comes with the rebuttals, he comes with the great points, he comes with the reasoning, and he's the voice of the fucking fans. Because we're tired of your shit, Dana. So get fucked. Kevin Iole's the man, okay? This guy's pushing 65. He got fired from Yahoo Sports. He's known Dana White for 30-plus years. He doesn't give a fuck about Dana White. He doesn't give a fuck about Lorraine or Lene. Doesn't give a fuck about Hunter. Doesn't give a fuck about Stipe. He's the voice of the people. And we're going to dig into it right now because he comes at Dana White's neck. He exposes that Stipe Miocic hasn't fought in 4 years, hasn't had a win in 4 years, is pushing 42 years old. He exposes that Jon Jones is not active. He has one win in 4 years. He should not be in the pound-for-pound discussion at all. Kevin Iole's got his machine gun cocked, Batista style. Get fucked! I think Stipe Miocic has pictures of Dana White. I think Stipe and Jon Jones were both in that Mexican nightclub recording Dana White, slapping his wife senseless. He probably did more shit to her. I think Stipe was right there next to Jones, locking arm in arm, buddy, taking a shot, phone out, turned it around, and they both witnessed Dana White beat the shit out of his girl. Stipe Miocic is fucking old. You should have told him fuck off at UFC 295 at MSG last year. You should have given him an ultimatum to fight the actual backup Pavlovich, who's on a 2-fight losing streak now, Dana White. Who's a good stylistic matchup for Stipe. And guess what? Stipe could have some credence. He could have some momentum with the fan base, and he could be the interim heavyweight champion. And then we would be like, oh, man, interim Stipe's back. He just KO'd Pavlovich. Stipe versus Jones, GOAT versus heavyweight GOAT, interim versus undisputed. But you didn't do that. You allowed Stipe to substitute himself out, wait around even longer, and you brought Tom Aspinall in to KO Pavlovich in one round. You brought this on yourself, Baldy, and we're going to expose your bitch ass right now with our boy Kevin Iole, Mr. Yoo-Hoo himself. Yoo-Hoo with a little Rumpelstiltskin in that ass. Let's get right into it.
A lot of stuff.
Is Jon Jones the pound-for-pound GOAT?
Did what?
Is Jon Jones the pound-for-pound GOAT?
Who is this little soft voice pussy bitch? Is Jon Jones the pound-for-pound GOAT? What? Is Jon Jones the pound-for-pound GOAT? This little stupid, gay, sarcastic comment. Who is this guy? I hear this motherfucker's voice at every press conference. What's his name? What's his media outlet? This guy is a fucking bitch. And this is the last time we hear from him the whole entire rest of the press conference. This guy doesn't rebut, doesn't pitch in with Kevin Iole and John Morgan, doesn't say a fucking word. Sits there holding his nutsack like this. Oh, don't come at my boy Dana White. I was just kidding. This guy's a fucking pussy, soft voice motherfucker.
He's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, and he's the GOAT. And you all know this. Numbers don't lie.
Does he have pictures of you?
I saw.
Eat shit, dude. Does he have pictures of you, Dana? Does Jon Jones or Stipe Miocic have pictures of you butt-ass naked, hooking up with Oscar De La Hoya, doing cocaine off Oscar's little pecker? Does he have pictures of you in Mexico with your wife? Does he have more of the story? Does he have the full video, Dana? Why are you glazing him so hard? Jon Jones and Stipe combined have one fight since 2021. Both of them combined. And that's Jon Jones, Cyril Gane. These guys have made you a cumulative of $0 fucking since 2021. Stipe Miocic has zero presence online. Zero social media presence. The newer fans don't even know who the fuck he is. His best wins are against Fabricio Verdum, Junior Dos Santos, and Alistair Overeem. What do all those guys have in common? They're in BKFC or they're retired. Kevin Iole coming with that heat. Does he have pictures of you? You fucking freak. Why are you obsessed with Stipe Miocic? That guy has no charisma, no online presence. You guys seem to like social media numbers. How's Stipe doing on social media now? Does he have pictures of you? And why are you sucking off John Jones so hard?
Saw that on the internet too.
Kevin Iole coming with the Batista machine gun on your ass. And we're just getting started. I'm fucking pissed about this. I just made a 50-minute video, this whole video, and I didn't have the audio on my computer clicked on. So I am irate right now. Fuck Dana White. Fuck Stipe. Fuck John Jones. Let's go Kevin Iole. I'm getting a Kevin Iole fucking shirt. Mr. Soft Voice, go sit in the corner, you cuck ass. With the back row who laughs at everything. In the back row that laughs at everything Dana White says. Oh, guys, can I get more water in my power cups? My power slap cup, Lene? Hey, how's that water in the power cup? In the power slap cup, Dana? How's that water, John Jones #1, right?
Are you guys that fucking stupid? You can't be.
You are, loser. You're stupid. You're stupid. Stipe Miocic already waited 2 years after losing to DC. Got an undisputed title shot. Has waited 3 years since losing to Ngannou. Doesn't deserve fuck all. Doesn't deserve fuck all. You made Bilal win 12 fights. You made Leon Edwards win 12 fights. You made Merab Dvalishvili win 12 fights. You made Tony Ferguson win 14 fucking fights. Stipe loses to DC. DC fights Derek Lewis. Stipe sits out 2 years, gets an undisputed title shot. He gets KO'd viciously to Francis Ngannou, waits 4 years, and he gets another title shot when we have likes of John Jones, Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane, Sergey Pavlovich, Volkov, Rosenstruik, Almeida. What has Stipe got on you, bud? What has he got on you, pal? You didn't give a fuck about Anderson Silva retiring. Didn't show him any fucking respect. You gave him a Uriah Hall Apex main event with no video package. Yet Michelle Watterson got a video package. But you really care about your legends. You care so much about the legacy of Stipe Miocic and his huge wins over Verdum and JDS.
That fucking stupid to think that John Jones is not the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world and the GOAT. But maybe you are.
He's not going to talk to any of us either, because right now...
Is he getting up? Because Kevin's just loading his fucking shotgun, bro. Don't get up, Dana. Don't get up, bro. Kevin's just loading up the rounds for your bitch ass. Just wait on it, dog. You're about to get fucked up. And John Morgan actually finds his backbone. He found his testicles under his belt strap. He finally, maybe, hit the treadmill. He can finally see his balls because he's got something to say as well.
What do you mean?
Because he's watching this, and we're all saying, questioning you, and...
Yeah. Question me.
Question me.
How do you? Who's better than John Jones? Who's pound for pound better than?
No. Okay.
Who's better than John Jones, who lost to Dominic Reyes in 2020 and's fought once since? Who's better? Is it Islam Makhachev, who beat the #1 pound for pound Volkanovski twice, once by stoppage? Who beat Drew Bronx, who was number 3 running through lightweight division? Who beat Dustin Poirier, the legend, former interim champion, former BMF title fighter? Is that who's fought 7, 8, 9 times since Stipe last had a win? Who's better than John Jones? I mean, John Jones fought once against a French kickboxer with no wrestling who was coming off a loss via wrestling to Francis Ngannou. I mean, Cyril Gane lost via wrestling to Francis Ngannou. Who loses via wrestling to Francis Ngannou? Cyril Gane does. But John Jones came back. He fought the #1 guy. Up a weight class. Fucking moronic.
John?
At what point does activity come into play, right? I mean, we all agree there is nobody better than John Jones. He's the greatest of all time. There's no question about it. But at some point when you're looking at rankings, they do have to represent what's happening in the organization at that moment, right at that time. And in the past 3 years, he's had 1 fight.
And you thought he lost to Reyes.
Oh! Eat shit! And he's looking at John Morgan. Dana White's like, yeah. Okay, he's not active. He's fought 1 time. I got a rebuttal for this. I've heard this multiple times. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, finish your statement, John. Yep, I got you, Johnny. Yeah, keep it going. I'm going to tell you that he had a fight scheduled last November, and he has another fight scheduled this November, and he's been training, and I'm going to tell you all this shit. And then Kevin Iole out of left field with the sniper shot, Butler, Pennsylvania style, beach. Oh, well, Dana, you said that he lost to Reyes. You said that. His 2 fights ago, you said that you thought he lost to Dominic Reyes. But now you're saying he's undefeated, he's unstoppable, his poop doesn't stink, he walks on water. But I remember that you said he lost to Reyes. Dana sidearm like, what did you just say, motherfucker? I'm ready to rebut John Morgan. You're bringing up Dominic Reyes? You're bringing up shit I said in the past? Kevin Iole with the heaters. Sniper shots. But you said he lost to Reyes.
Huh?
And when he fought
Huh? Hold on, I got to think about this one. Huh? What?
Reyes, you said you thought Reyes won the fight.
He didn't win the fight. John Jones did.
But you said you thought he won the fight.
Who gives a shit? I'm not the fucking judges. The guy didn't win he didn't.
Who gives a shit, guys? Who gives a shit? I'm not the judges. Do you guys remember Jose Aldo, Marlon Moraes? Do you guys remember that? Where Dana White came to the post-fight press conference and said, I thought Jose Aldo won the fight. I had a Jose Aldo. He looked great in there. I thought Moraes looked okay. He did his thing. I think Jose Aldo won that fight. And guess who got the title shot against Petr Yan? Guess. Do you think it was Marlon Moraes, the guy coming off the victory? The guy who just had a win over a former Hall of Famer, a former world champion, Jose Aldo? No. It was Jose Aldo coming off the loss, fought Petr Yan for the undisputed strap. Who gives a shit? I'm not the judges. John Jones got the win that night. Just like Marlon Moraes got the win over Jose Aldo. But I completely ignored that, and I gave Jose Aldo the undisputed title shot, and I made Marlon Moraes go through, murderer's row and kicked him out of the UFC. Who cares? Just like tonight, this is a Dana White Contender Series press conference. The first fight of the night was Piccini, whatever his name was, against Jack Duffy. Dana White said he's not giving Piccini a contract. You know why? Because he thought Jack Duffy won the fight. Go back and look at the start of this press conference. They're like, oh, so Piccini, he had a good fight, he had a good win. What was the thinking behind not giving him a contract? Well, I thought Jack Duffy won the fight. I thought the judges got it wrong. If you look at that third round, Duffy outstruck him 4 times, 70-15. I just thought the judges got it wrong. So I decided to not give Piccini a contract. I decided to rebook Duffy, and I just thought the judge got it wrong. So I ignored what they said. Oh, but when it fits your narrative, oh, well, who gives a shit what I say? I'm not the fucking judges. I'm not the end-all be-all. The judges had John Jones winning. Just like they had Marlon Moraes winning, and I cut him, and I gave Aldo the title shot. Just like they had Piccini winning tonight, didn't give him a contract, and I gave Duffy a second chance. Who gives a shit? End-all be-all, right? Right? Fucking bum. You fucking bum. Don't even get me started on the Tony Ferguson Habib shit. I'm going to get into that later on. Because that fucking irks me with all this rationale and logic that Dana White's dishing out here. Oh, what? I'm supposed to tell Stipe to fuck off? A legend like that? I promised these guys a fight. Well, you made Tony Ferguson fight Justin Gaethje, but we'll get into that later.
Lose the fight. And the one loss that he has is from a referee that should have never been a referee in a million years. He's never lost. We were just talking tonight, these kids that come.
What do you mean, Dana? Who gives a shit, right? You're not the judges. You're not the referee. Who cares if you thought Reyes won the fight? The judges gave it to Jones. Who cares if you thought John Jones beat Matt Hamill and you thought the 12-6 elbow wasn't illegal? Who cares? The ref is the ref, not you. He made the decision. Who gives a shit, right? Who cares if he's incompetent? The Nevada State Commission put him in there. He's the authority. He disqualified John Jones. Who cares what you think, right? Oh, but in that instance, it matters what you think.
Come in here that are undefeated. You know how hard it is to stay undefeated? John Jones went through murderer's row. And when you talk about activity, and he's fought one time, but John Jones was supposed to fight. If John Jones was sitting on the couch and saying, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to fight again, then he's definitely not in the pound-for-pound discussion right now. He was scheduled to fight, and he got injured. He is an active fighter. He is absolutely an active fighter. And
Okay. So by that logic, Dana, Conor McGregor is so active. He is active. Have you guys seen Conor McGregor's training videos on the yacht? He's training every day. He had a fight scheduled June the 29th against Michael Chandler. He's active. He had a fight scheduled. Conor McGregor did. He was in training camp. He got hurt. He hurt his pinky toe. It's not his fault. He was training. He had a fight on the books. Same with Michael Chandler. He's active too. You don't see his workouts of the day every day? Kevin Iole? Huh? Aren't you supposed to be on Yahoo? These guys had a fight scheduled June the 29th. And the opponent? Mr. Chandler. And the weight? Mr. Chandler. A lifetime of misery. Mr. Chandler. Yeah, Conor McGregor. He had a fight scheduled this year. He's active, guys. He had a fight scheduled this year. He'll probably have a fight scheduled next year. He's one of the most active fighters. He's always online. He's always posting training videos. John Jones had a fight scheduled last November. He's active. He is active. Who cares about Makhachev fighting Volkanovski twice, fighting Oliveira, fighting Dustin Poirier? Who cares about that shite? John Jones had a fight scheduled that he missed. Hey, newsflash, Dana. If you miss your fight via injury, via drug suspension, via getting arrested, via going on vacation, via contract disputes, via mental breakdown, via whatever the fuck, via missing person, guess what? You don't fight. Guess what? You're not ranked. Guess what? You're not active. Remember when you pulled Leon Edwards out of the rankings for not being active? We had a fight scheduled against Tyron Woodley. Got canceled because of the pandemic. Not his fault. Not his fault. And then he had another fight scheduled with somebody else before that they had to sub in Bilal Muhammad. Not his fault, but you guys pulled him out of the rankings for that. You guys pulled him out. He had a fight scheduled against Tyron Woodley. Not his fault. Not his fault. By this logic, Conor McGregor should be number 3 pound for pound. He should be fighting Makhachev next. He's active. He had a fight scheduled June the 29th. Mr. Chandler.
when you talk about pound for pound, and I don't want to shit on any of my other guys, but who is it right now? Islam? Islam, many people believe, lost to the guy who's a weight class below him. Is that how pound for pound works? Many people, including people in this room.
But he got the win. It doesn't matter what we
say. You're
say.
absolutely right.
But he got the win, just like you said, Dana. You believe that Dom Reyes beat John Jones. But John Jones got the wins. Who cares? You can't use that logic. You can't use that argument, Dana, because he got the win. And by the way, nobody's actually saying that. Nobody actually thinks Alexander Volkanovski beat Islam Makhachev. Maybe in the moment, because it was the Australian crowd going crazy. Volkanovski had a sick fifth round, standing over top of Makhachev, raining down punches, busting his skull into the canvas. Maybe we got all amped up into the adrenaline, into the underdog story, the Australian crowd going buck wild. But if you rewatch Makhachev Volkanovski won, nobody with a logical brain thinks Volkanovski won that fight. Nobody. Nobody's dying on that hill. It's not like Paddy Pimblett, Jared Gordon. It's not like Dom Reyes, John Jones. It's not like Sugar Sean and Petr Yan. No one's dying on that hill. I haven't heard that argument once. Fucking once. Every time Paddy Pimblett has an interview, oh, well, you lost to Jared Gordon. You lost to Jared Gordon. Sugar Sean, oh, you lost to Petr Yan. Nobody thinks Volkanovski got robbed. Maybe in that moment, next day after rewatching it, letting it sink in a little bit, 4-1 Makhachev, 3-2 Makhachev at worst. At worst. So, and you're using your own logic against you. Well, who gives a shit what I think? Judges gave it to John Jones. Well, who gives a shit what the public thinks? Judges gave it to Islam Makhachev. And then he KO'd Volkanovski. And he submitted Oliveira. And he submitted Dustin Poirier. Fucking idiot.
But he fought a weight class down.
Contradicting his, but he fought a weight class down. John Jones has always been a heavyweight. He's 6'5", with the longest reach in the UFC. Same reach as Pavlovich. Taller than Pavlovich. What are you talking about? Volkanovski looked half the size of Makhachev. John Jones going up to heavyweight's completely different. He's always been a heavyweight. He has the height for it. He's got the arm length for it. He's got the strength for it. He's got the technique for it. He's got jiu-jitsu, wrestling, striking. He's well-rounded. He's always been a heavyweight. Just because he's cut down to light heavyweight, Volkanovski's like 5'6". Completely different. Completely different. And Volkanovski fought Islam Makhachev, a well-rounded, in his prime Dagestani. John Jones fought Cyril Gane, coming off a loss to Francis Ngannou via wrestling. Nobody loses to Francis Ngannou via wrestling. Fucking nobody. Nobody in the history of the world other than Cyril Gane, coming off a loss, is a French kickboxer with zero jiu-jitsu, zero wrestling chops, who didn't have to fight Pavlovich, who didn't have to fight Blades, who didn't have to fight Almeida, who didn't have to fight any of these tough stylistic matchups for him, and was coming off a loss to Ngannou via wrestling. Islam Makhachev was not coming off a loss. Volkanovski was not coming off a loss at all.
Down. He fought a weight class down. John Jones fought a weight class up.
John Jones was taller than his opponent. John Jones had a higher reach than his opponent. John Jones was more skilled than his opponent. Volkanovski was half the size of Makhachev. Had a better record than Cyril Gane. More well-rounded than Cyril Gane. 20 spots higher on the pound-for-pound list than Cyril Gane was, who wasn't even on the pound-for-pound list, who was coming off a loss via wrestling to Francis Ngannou. Via wrestling to Francis Ngannou. John Jones fought a guy coming off a loss via wrestling, a one-dimensional kickboxer. John Jones fought. Volkanovski, number one pound for pound, used to fight at 170, played rugby at 200 pounds, well-rounded as fuck, undefeated in the UFC. Makhachev dusted him.
And let me tell you what, when all the guys were in there, you had the John Jones, the Anderson Silvas, and the George St. Pierres. I know who wanted to fight who and who didn't want to fight who. And John Jones has always been.
Guess who else knows that? Kevin Iole, because he's been around since World War I, you big old bitch. He's about to bring up Bill Clinton, you fuckhead. Kevin Iole ain't scared of you. Doesn't care about Lene. Doesn't give a fuck about any of this theatrics that you got going on. Okay? Tom Aspinall's the future. You should have given Stipe the ultimatum. You fucked up. And just own it, dude. Just fucking own it. Just fucking own it, you scrub.
Been willing to fight everybody. You know what I mean? The only real mark with me, with John Jones, it was his fucking team that he was with at that time, who I could tell you 50 fucking stories about.
Is that Mr. Soft voice? Is that Chael Sonnen in the back? Oh, damn it. Good one, man. Good one. Guaranteed Kevin Iole didn't fucking laugh. Guaranteed he didn't fucking laugh. He didn't bat a fucking eyelash. He's sitting there loading his fucking gun, Roman Reigns style. Papa? Oh, yeah? Papa? You said he lost to Reyes, you little slut. Papa? You said he was scared of Ngannou and should move down to 185. Papa? You said that he didn't fight for 3 years because he was doing contract negotiation. Papa? You said Makhachev Volkanovski was pound for pound 1 versus pound for pound 2 when you promoted it. Now you're saying Volkanovski and Makhachev aren't up? Papa?
The Chael Sonnen fight. When they were refusing to fight Chael Sonnen. You know what I mean? But other than that, John Jones has fought everybody that's ever been put in front of him. He went through murderer's row. And if you look at who he fought at the time when he fought them, look at the record of the guys.
We're looking at the record, Dana. One fight in 4 years. 1-1 in his last 2. Lost to Reyes in 2020. Had a great stylistic matchup against a French kickboxer in 2023. We're looking at the record. We're talking about 2024 pound-for-pound fighters. We're not talking about, John Jones beat Daniel Cormier twice on drugs. He beat Glover Teixeira 7 years ago. He beat Shogun Rua. Look at Shogun Rua's record, guys. Former Pride champion. Daniel Cormier, former Strikeforce champion. He beat Alexander Gustafsson, who hasn't fought in years and has been washed up for years. Got submitted by Anthony fucking Smith, Alexander Gustafsson did. We're not talking about his record. That's GOAT status. That's all-time status. We're not discussing that, Baldy. And Kevin Iole calls him out for this. He's got his fucking machine gun locked and loaded.
Combined that he fought. And the list just goes on and on.
That makes him the greatest fighter of all time, not the greatest active fighter, because he is not an active fighter. He has fought one time in over 4 years.
He is an active fighter. He just got injured. He was going in.
But he hasn't fought.
And he was going in to fight at heavyweight again.
his natural weight class because he's 6'5" and has the longest arms in the UFC. Heavyweight again. Dana's acting like it's Powhatan coming up from 185. This is John Jones. Longest arms, 6'4", 6'5". Well, he had a fight scheduled, Kevin. Well, by that logic, Dana, would you say Conor McGregor's active? Because Conor McGregor had a fight scheduled in June. What about Michael Chandler? He hasn't fought since 2022, but he had a fight scheduled in June as well. He had a training camp. He's been putting up videos on Instagram of shadow boxing, hitting mitts every day for the last 6 months. Are these guys active, Dana? They had a fight scheduled. I mean, they're not like retired. They're not like Gregor Gillespie, who just all of a sudden just doesn't fight. I mean, McGregor's active. He's sweating. Look at him on the yacht doing his fucking Peloton. This guy's active. He's training. Yeah, he hasn't fought. What does that mean? Who cares? Who cares? Fucking imbecile. Kevin Iole comes at him again.
Okay.
A weight class above.
But that's
and he fucking
A weight class above, even though he's taller and has longer arms than everybody and is more well-rounded than everybody. Weight class above. Shut the fuck up. John Jones should have always been a heavyweight. Daniel Cormier went up to heavyweight and won the title like this. Fat meatball Daniel Cormier. Bop. Boom. 2 seconds. And defended it against Derek Lewis. Boom. Fucking imbecile.
destroyed the guy who was the best guy in the division.
The best guy in the division, Cyril Gane, coming off a loss via wrestling to Francis Ngannou. Didn't get knocked out by Francis Ngannou. Lost via wrestling. But he's the number one guy. Wasn't even ranked in the pound-for-pound rankings. Was Cyril Gane at the time, or ever. Has a glaring hole in his game. Glaring. That was exposed one fight prior. Who John Jones is taller than. Who John Jones has more experience in MMA than. Who John Jones has longer arms than. Who John Jones has better jiu-jitsu than and wrestling than. The number one guy, Kevin Iole, 18 months ago. This guy's active, man.
But that's an unfortunate thing, and I think everybody here, if he was active, if he had fought one more,
If he was active, not training with Maurice Green and Walt Harris and Dontel Mays, Dana, not having a fight scheduled with fireman 43-year-old Stipe, who's coming off a KO loss, Dana. Is this what John Jones does? He just fights Francis Ngannou scraps? He fought Cyril Gane after Ngannou beat him. He's fighting Stipe after Ngannou beat him. How does this prove that John Jones is better than Francis Ngannou? Isn't that what Dana White's trying to do here? I think both these guys, Jones and Stipe, have dirt on Dana White. I think both of them do. Isn't that what Dana's trying to do? Prove that John Jones is better than Ngannou, that John Jones is the number one fighter, that John Jones would have destroyed Ngannou. How is he going to prove that? By giving him Ngannou's scraps. Cyril Gane after Ngannou beat him, showing his weakness. Stipe after Ngannou folded him like a fucking chair, like a fucking accordion at the Apex with no crowd. You could hear the shots. Oh, my leg. SpongeBob graphic input. My leg. Oh, my leg. Fucking idiot, man.
time would say he's number one.
He was active. He blew his fucking shoulder.
He was training with Maurice Green and Walt Harris, Kevin Iole. Don't you understand this? Conor McGregor had a fight scheduled. He's active. These guys aren't just gone in the ether like Gregor Gillespie. They're active. Fucking dumbass.
They're out in training and then had to recover and is still coming back and fighting that fight.
So here's the argument. You could say that we don't know anything.
John Jones
you
is
could say we
active.
Don't know. No, see, that's what you do. You talk over us so we can't answer.
I apologize. You go ahead.
Boom! Sit down, you little fuck. I got more, bitch. I got more in the chamber. You think I'm done? You think you're going to talk over me, Dana White? I used to work at Yahoo. I drink Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo with a little rum. Rumpelstiltskin. You're not going to talk over me, fuckhead. I ain't this Mr. Soft Voice. So, well, is John Jones still number one pound for pound? That's so funny, Dana. Shut up. Kevin Iole's talking. Shut the fuck up. Go back there with Nina Drama and fucking Brett Akamoto and all these fuck faces. Shut the fuck up. Kevin Iole's got more in the chamber. And he's going to let him unload Batista style.
So if he fought and we don't put him number one, then you have that argument to say you don't know what the hell you're talking about. We are all, I think everybody in this room is saying he's the greatest fighter of all time. And I think most people in this room would say he is the number one pound for pound fighter of all time. But you can't just sit on your laurels from something you did 3, 4, 5 years ago.
When was the Cyril Gane fight?
Since Islam, he hasn't.
When was the Cyril Gane fight, Lene? Oh, that was 18 months ago? When was his last fight before that? Oh, the Reyes fight that I said Reyes won? Well, I mean, he had a fight scheduled last November, Kevin. He was training. He got hurt. Just like McGregor. What are you getting at, dude? He was training. He's active. He has another fight coming up that I haven't announced. That isn't signed. Lene, what? What's his goof talking about? Hey, Mr. Soft Voice, can you ask me another question?
Hasn't fought in 18 months.
Oh, Piccanini won tonight? Well, I thought the other guy won, so I'm not going to give him the contract. Oh, Jose Aldo lost to Marlon Moraes? I thought Jose Aldo won. I'm going to give him the title shot. Oh, but you thought Reyes beat Jones, but Jones best all time never lost a fight. Never lost. The judges said so, and the referee said that he lost to Matt Hamill, but, I pick and choose when I give a fuck about the judges and the referee and the commission. I pick and choose when I give a fuck if they make a decision I agree with or not. It's not a 100% thing. If I disagree, fuck them. Jose's getting the shot. John Jones doesn't deserve that loss on his record. But if they give Jones the win over Reyes, who am I to dispute? They're the judges. Who gives a shit? I'm just the president of the whole organization. I'm just the fucking owner of everything here. Who cares?
Okay.
Okay, and it's going to be 20 months by the time he gets in the ring. So that, assuming he gets in the ring, right? We don't know he's going to be healthy. So all I think everybody is saying, and the argument against you is the fact that most people who do pound for pound lists have a 1-year cutoff, unless they're, they had a fight scheduled at the time. So John fell out of pound for pound list because it was over a year and he didn't have a fight scheduled.
He did.
He doesn't have.
He did have a fight scheduled, and he got injured.
Kevin, he had a fight scheduled that he dropped out of. And didn't fight. What aren't you understanding here, bro? Yeah, he had one fight in 4 years. He lost his fight in 2020. The judges gave it to him. Who am I to refute the judges unless it's any other fight? He did have a fight scheduled. He's active, bro. He had a fight scheduled. He missed it. Whether he got arrested, suspended via drugs, hurt, and he's got another fight scheduled that isn't booked that I haven't announced, Kevin. What are you understanding here? Quiet voice. Can you explain this to Kevin Iole? This guy is fucking active. Don't even get me started on the Stipe shit. Oh, it really gets my blood boiling. It really gets my fucking blood boiling. Thank God Kevin Iole's here to set this motherfucker straight.
And so that. Okay.
And now he does have a fight scheduled now.
How many times did we ask you, Dana?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't, because it's not official and you haven't announced it and it's not signed.
He fighting? I don't know what's happening with John Jones. Just like you say about Conor now, right?
I did not say I don't know what's happening with John Jones. What I said was John Jones is injured and he's recovering from his injury. Fucking common sense. Everybody knows that. This guy just said he knows he's fighting in fucking November. Well,
this guy, my boy, who's quiet as a mouse holding his balls over here, that hasn't said fuck all. This guy, can we let this guy talk, Kevin? You've taken up too much of my time. Okay? We understand. This guy's saying John Jones is booked, okay? Listen to this fucker. He laughs at my jokes.
I announce it. I said I'll announce it when the whole card is, but everybody knows he's fighting. It's fucking silly. And I don't know what this game is with everybody.
It's so silly. You said Tom Aspinall doesn't deserve anything. Oh, he's making his way up. He's a good prospect. He's doing his thing. He's working as he's climbing the ladder. He's just KOing the backup fighter that we had for Jones Miocic that Stipe totally ducked last November. Aspinall came in on 2 weeks' notice from the UK, different time zone, and KO'd that motherfucker, the backup title challenger that Stipe ducked. And then he fought his only loss via injury, Curtis Blades, KO'd him in 1 minute. But, Aspinall doesn't deserve anything. He's working his way up the ladder. Stipe's been there, done that. He beat Verdum. He beat Overeem. Okay? He beat Ngannou 6 years ago and got absolutely flatlined, viciously KO'd 3 years ago. But he's a legend. I gave him my word that I would make this fight. Just like I gave Tony Ferguson and Khabib and all the fans my word that I would make sure that fight happened. I booked it 6 times. Yet when COVID happened, I forced Tony Ferguson to put his 12-fight win streak on the line against Justin Gaethje on 2 weeks' notice, even though Khabib fought 5 months fucking after that. And I'm going to ruin Tony Ferguson's career. Tony Ferguson didn't get one undisputed title shot in his fucking career. Khabib fought 5 months after Ferguson fought Gaethje. Yet you forced Tony Ferguson to take Justin Gaethje for the interim strap. But you couldn't force Stipe to fight Pavlovich, who was actually a good stylistic matchup for Stipe. Stipe's light on his feet, touch and go, good footwork. Pavlovich is a plotter, a marauder, punching power, no kicks, no wrestling, no takedowns, one-dimensional. He's actually on a 2-fight losing streak now. Got KO'd by Aspinall, who took all the momentum, which is why the fans love Aspinall now and are behind Aspinall. If Stipe would have fought Pavlovich and beat Pavlovich, he would have the momentum. The fans would be on his side. He would have the interim strap. Oh, man, Stipe's making a Glover Teixeira-type resurgence at age 42. He just beat the scariest guy in the division, Pavlovich, on short notice. He's the interim champion. But you fucked up. You fucked up. You put Tom Aspinall in there, who KO'd Pavlovich, stole all of the momentum, all of Pavlovich's momentum, all of the fans' imaginations, all of the fans' backing, all of the fans' support. Aspinall stole it. They don't care about Stipe. Stipe was healthy. How about you make Stipe earn a title shot? He waited 2 years after he lost to Cormier. He got another rematch against Cormier after Cormier defended the belt against Derek Lewis. 2 years out, undeserved title shot, rematch against Cormier. This time, loses to Ngannou. Hasn't won in 4 fucking years. We're giving him another title shot. What happened to earning your shot? Anderson Silva was forced to retire at the Apex against Uriah Hall. Jan Blachowicz had to go through the ringer before getting a title shot. Merab Dvalishvili, Bilal Muhammad, Leon Edwards had to win 13, 14, 15, 16 fights each to get a fucking title shot. Stipe can sit around and get 2 title shots in 6 years, both coming off losses? The Daniel Cormier rematch coming off a loss, 2 years out. The John Jones fight, 4 years off, coming off a KO loss. This guy doesn't have to earn a title shot? Well, he's a legend, He's a fucking, what do you want me to do? Tell him fuck off? Tell him just have fun at the firehouse? Yes. Life's not fair, buddy. You got to earn your title shot to get undisputed gold. That's how this works. Sorry about you. Good legacy, you dumb fuck. You turned down Pavlovich for the interim strap. Aspinall flies cross-country from the UK over the pond. Time difference. KOs the motherfucker in 1 round. Guess what, Stipe? Guess what? You're burnt. You rolled the dice. You went all in on black. And guess what? It was fucking red, bro. The house wins, bro.
Everybody, but John Jones is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Until this fucking guy, and he has been he hasn't fought, what'd you say, 18 months since the Cyril Gane fight?
18 months and then 1 in 4 years.
So 18 months.
18 months and 1 in 4 years. I'm glad Kevin Iole reiterated that. 1 in the last 18 months, Dana, but also 1 in the last 4 years as well. And the one before that, you said he lost. But yes, yeah. What was that? What was that? He's active, though? Well, he was training for November. He got hurt. It's not his fault. He got popped for drugs. Not his fault he couldn't fight, He got arrested. He's in jail. It's not he's trying to be active. You know what I mean? He's negotiating himself out of his contract. He's holding out for money. He's trying to be active. You know what I mean? He's got a eating disorder. He's fat as fuck now. You know, he's trying to be. He had a fight scheduled. He had to pull out. What?
He moved up and he fought Cyril Gane and destroyed him in a weight class above him, who was the #1 guy in the world.
Who was coming off a loss via wrestling to Francis Ngannou, who was not the #1 guy in the world. And John Jones was not moving up a weight class because John Jones is taller than all the heavyweights, has longer arms than all the heavyweights, is more well-rounded than all the heavyweights, can put on weight. Daniel Cormier moved up that fucking bowling ball and beat Stipe, your fucking prized possession. Stipe, for some reason, who hasn't brought in a single dollar of profit for the UFC in 4 years. Sells no T-shirts, sells no fucking ice cream bars, doesn't go on posters, doesn't do meet and greets, didn't go to International Fight Week, is not a social media presence, is boring as fuck, has the worst interviews with Ariel Helwani. What do you want me to tell Stipe? Fuck off, huh? He's a legend. You want me to just discard my legends like they're nothing? Like I did Anderson Silva? Like I did Tony Ferguson when I forced him to fight Justin Gaethje on 2 weeks? Huh? Like they're fucking nothing? Are you kidding me? Like Demetrius Johnson, who I traded away at the peak of his powers? This guy's I gave him my word.
And
I think Stipe and Jones both have the full video of Dana White fucking beating up his wife or some shit. Dana White hooking up with Schmo or hooking up with Brett Okamoto, War Room, fucking. In the War Room, Nina Drama, Brett Okamoto, Eiffel Tower threesome. They got some shit on this motherfucker, man.
I'm in the UFC. Then we book another fight. He's training for the fight, blows his shoulder out, which means he's still active. Gets surgery, recovering.
Which means he's still active. Didn't you see Conor McGregor training on his yacht, Kevin? He busted his pinky toe. He's still active. Michael Chandler, he puts out workouts of the day every day, Kevin. He had a fight booked, which means he's active. Kevin, you're not getting this? You know, Mr. Small Voice, so what do you think? What do you think? Oh, well, yeah, I agree with you, boss. John Jones is the man. It's so funny. I love that Trump shirt and that power slap Cobb. I agree. Piccanini didn't deserve the contract.
and is scheduled to fight in November. He is an active fighter.
I think he was scheduled to fight last year, Kevin. Didn't fight. He's scheduled to fight this year, even though it's not official and I haven't announced it. He's an active fighter. He's fought once in 4 years against a French kickboxer coming off a loss to Ngannou. He's active. Okay? Okay? Give me some of that yoo-hoo with a little bit of rum. Okay?
I think it's kind of like Bill Clinton's definition of is.
I don't even know what that means, but
That was when he was getting impeached, and then the lawyer, but forget that.
no, but
We're dropping fucking Bill Clinton references on your bitch ass. You don't even know what that means? You don't even know what that fucking means? That means Bill Clinton was the president, bro, and not Trump. You're old enough to know Bill Clinton references, Dana, because Kevin is, and he doesn't give a fuck about you, about your affiliations, about Mr. Soft Voice, about Lene. He wants answers, you stupid fuck. Oh, Stipe's a legend. What do you want me to tell him? Kick rocks? You want me to have Stipe earn a title shot? Earn a title shot coming off a vicious loss? What? Tony Ferguson never fought for an undisputed world championship in his life? Leon Edwards had to go through the ringer? Bilal Muhammad had to fight 12 fucking times? But Stipe's you want me to just tell Stipe kick rocks? Yes! You should have given him an ultimatum at UFC 295. Hey, Stipe, we have a backup fighter. His name's Pavlovich. Guess what, Stipe? This is actually good for you. You're fighting a one-dimensional fighter, Pavlovich, who doesn't wrestle, has no grappling, no kicks, who, you know, hindsight now, has lost 2 straight. Great matchup for you. You're the heavyweight GOAT. And Stipe, guess what? This will actually give you momentum. This will give you credence with the fans. This will give you, you know, some credit, some, some gusto, some oomph. Some mystique, some excitement. We'll get Stipe back. He beats Pavlovich. Pavlovich steps on short notice. He's a Russian killer. Stipe beats him. Oh, God. Stipe still has some left in the tank. Glover Teixeira type run. Interim champions. Let's get him against John Jones. Oh, this would be sick. You didn't do that. You had Tom Aspinall fly across the pond 2 weeks' notice, KO Pavlovich. You fucked yourself, dude. You fucked yourself.
But he has been an active fighter. He's active. It's not like John Jones was not active and was not accepting fights. And I also believe, because I know how John Jones is.
Let me change the subject here, Kevin, because you are slaying me. You are annihilating me, Kevin Iole, right now. Let me change the subject. Guess what? Get off the Stipe fight. That fight's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. I believe he's going to fight Aspinall after he beats Stipe, because that's a given. Fuck Stipe. Let's change the subject, Kevin. Kevin says no. Oh, you want to change the subject? You want to change? So let's do that then, Dana. Let's change the subject.
John Jones fights and beats Stipe. If he wins, I think he fights Aspinall. So
You think.
It's all just, this is some little fucking game we're all playing that I don't understand.
Well, and
He
Danny,
is the pound for pound best fighter in the world, and he's the
I think
greatest
the
of all
last
time.
point of this
And
is-
you don't have to like him. It's not like me and John Jones are fucking.
Nobody said they don't like John Jones. Kevin Iole didn't say he doesn't like John Jones. John Morgan didn't say he doesn't like John Jones. MMA Joey didn't say he doesn't like John Jones. I love John Jones. I got 2 John Jones sports cards, 1 autograph, 1 canvas card. I got a John Jones pop figurine. I watched John Jones Cyril Gane 285. Brought my friends over. We ordered wings. We had a blast. We had a party. John Jones return fight. We were amped up. We were excited. Nobody said they don't like John Jones. The John Jones argument is the pound-for-pound argument that you're dying on, which is false. He's not active. He's fought once. Then you're fighting him against Stipe, who has not earned a undisputed title shot. Undisputed world championship means you are the best fighter in the world, the baddest man on the planet. Yet you're saying if you would have booked Stipe in an interim title fight against Pavlovich when Jones fell out to earn his spot with the fans, to remind the fans that he is the challenger, to get momentum back, to actually earn a title shot, you're saying that would have been disrespectful to the legend that is Stipe Miocic. Mr. Mumblemouth, Mr. Marblemouth, Mr. No Social Media, Mr. Can't fucking say a promo to save his life. O-H-I-L, O-H-I-L, O-I. Shut the fuck up.
I like
buddy.
Well, I like John Jones, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I will say that I.
Yeah, you're going to fucking slay me again. Yeah, okay. What you got, dude? Yeah. Mr. Small Talk, what you got? You going to ask me a question? Hey, help me out.
I mean, I've had my share of arguments with him just like you have, but I like him. But I think the last thing is, too, who he is fighting, right, coming up. So everybody in this room thinks Aspinall is more highly rated than Stipe at this point. Stipe's reputation is fantastic, but he has not won a fight since he beat DC. And for
Facts! We got someone spitting fucking facts at this point. But Tom Aspinall, he's working his way up, Kevin. He doesn't deserve anything right now. You know, he took the fight Stipe turned down. Short notice, different country, different time zone, KO'd the scariest guy in the division on a 6-fight first-round knockout streak. You know, got his win back against his only loss in the UFC via injury, Curtis Blades, KO'd him 1 round. But Kevin, he's working his way. He's a good prospect. He's working his way up. He doesn't deserve anything right now. You know who does? Stipe. Stipe's a legend. You want me to tell legendary Stipe to fuck off? Kick rocks? After not fighting at all, losing to Ngannou? We already gifted him a title shot rematch against Daniel Cormier after not fighting 2 years. Loses to Ngannou. And you want me to tell him fuck off after he rejects a short notice opponent for an interim title Madison Square Garden main event? You want me to just disrespect him and say, go back to the firehouse, Stipe? You don't deserve anything? Yes! He doesn't deserve shit. Tom took the fight. Stipe sat out. Stipe could have got momentum. Tom stole the momentum. And then he said, fuck you. I'm going to defend this interim title, and I'm going to knock the guy the fuck out. You're beat, dude. You didn't show Anderson Silva any respect. You didn't show Tony Ferguson any respect. You promised Tony Ferguson an undisputed title shot. You promised the fans and Tony Ferguson Khabib. Khabib came back after the pandemic in 5 fucking months. Yet you forced Tony Ferguson to fight Justin Gaethje. But you couldn't force Stipe, who didn't even deserve an interim title fight, to be honest. Shouldn't even have got an interim strap against Pavlovich. Shouldn't even have been in that position. He should have been forced to fight Blades, forced to fight Almeida. Stipe doesn't bring any money in for the company. Isn't active, isn't promotable, isn't popular, isn't a star, no presence on social media, no views, no clicks, no nothing. Stipe's got pictures of this guy doing some weird shit. Putting a fucking big-ass magnum on his fucking head and going buck wild. Going buck wild in Angela Hill's fucking butt. Oh, Angela Hill. You want another fucking main event with Stipe? Angela Hill and Stipe, what do you want me to tell Stipe? Fuck off.
4 years. So that also plays
Yep. Good point, Kevin. Let me think about this. I didn't think about this. I don't have a rebuttal for this. Let me look
Into
around.
it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Stipe doesn't deserve shit. Nobody likes him. He's not popular. Yeah. Well, Tom doesn't deserve anything. He's working his way up. Tom's working his way up.
partially a factor when you have a guy like Aspinall knocking Sergey Pavlovich out in a minute, Curtis Blades in less than a minute, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
That's just me.
No, I don't disagree.
Oh, that's not just you, Kev. That is everybody. Kevin Iole's the GOAT. Go follow his YouTube channel. He's independent now. He got rid of the yoo-hoo with a little bit of rum. He got rid of that. And he doesn't give a fuck. He's unhinged. Fuck off.
With you. But here's the flip side to that. So what do I do? A guy who's looked at as the greatest heavyweight in the UFC, right? This fight set up. John Jones gets hurt. Not his fault. He has to wait and go back into fucking training camp again. He was training. So do I just yank it away from Stipe and say, hey, go fuck yourself and sit on the sidelines for 2 more years? Or
Oh, you mean the exact thing that you did to Tony Ferguson, the fan favorite El Kakui, on a legendary 12-fight winning streak, all the momentum in the world, when you promised the fans Ferguson versus Khabib 6 times, and Khabib had to pull out because of the pandemic, wasn't even hurt, wasn't sick. We just had to wait a few months for all the pieces to settle, all the dust to settle from the pandemic, for you guys to have an agreement with Jacksonville, make the Apex. We just had to wait a couple months. What am I supposed to disrespect the legend Tony Ferguson that people actually like, that's actually active on social media, that actually has memorable fights, that's still fighting to this day, that's active as fuck? Am I supposed to just tell him, fuck you, fight a completely different stylistic matchup against Justin Gaethje on short notice, and put your win streak on the line at age 38? Oh, wait, that's what you fucking did. And you ruined his goddamn career, Baldy. You fucking ruined it. But you fucking care about Stipe that much? The guy that's made you no fucking money? Am I supposed to force Stipe to actually earn a title shot, Kevin Iole? Actually gain momentum with the fan base? Actually fight a young up-and-comer? A guy who's on a 5-fight win streak, all first-round knockouts, Sergey Pavlovich, who was the actual backup for the date that Stipe was training for? Is that what you're asking me to do? Disrespect Stipe by giving him a Madison Square Garden interim title fight main event for the date that he was planning on against a one-dimensional Sergey Pavlovich? That's what you're saying I should have done? That is fucking blasphemy. That doesn't make any sense. Does that make sense to you guys? Why would Stipe have to earn a title shot? Meanwhile, Tony Ferguson's never gotten an undisputed title shot in his life. Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad. These guys had to go through the fucking ringer. But Stipe, 5, 4, 6, 8, 9 years. Well, this guy's a legend, man. I mean, you want me to disrespect him? Make him fight the backup for the fight that he was planning on? For the interim strap that he didn't even deserve the interim fight? You want me to do that? Madison Square Garden, main event? You want me to expect that? Kevin, are you fucking senile?
you know what I mean? If I did that, you guys would be like, oh, you fucking disrespected the greatest heavyweight ever. And you know what I mean? So would the fucking fans. So,
oh man, you disrespected this greatest heavyweight ever coming off a KO loss, sitting out 3 years by giving him an interim title fight main event at Madison Square Garden. against a one-dimensional Russian fighter who's on a 2-fight losing streak now that would actually gain momentum and got some credence with the fans. Oh, you're disrespecting Stipe for actually having him fight on the date that he signed to and the backup that was actually there to weigh in for an interim title he didn't deserve. Oh, it's so disrespectful. The legend that is Stipe. Who cares about Anderson Silva? Let him fight Uriah Hall in the Apex. No video package. But Michelle Waterson, Stipe, whoo, the fans would be on my ass.
So I should just shit on Stipe because John got hurt and not make.
Fuck Tony Ferguson. Fuck Anderson Silva. So you want me to shit on Stipe by giving him this Madison Square Garden main event interim title fight against a great matchup? What?
The fight that he was already supposed to fight.
We'll end it here, but I'll talk to you later.
What?
Okay, then the answer to that would be you should have had Stipe fight Aspinall or somebody else, right? In the interim, because how do you qualify for a title shot when you have not fought?
Kevin Iole is the fucking man. This guy came locked and loaded. Where's Small Boys? Is John Jones still number one? Where's he at? Where's Brett Okamoto? Where's Nina Drama at? Kevin Iole is fucking doing shots fired. He wants all the smoke. All the smoke, bitch.
Since, 2021, and you lost that fight, how do you qualify for a title shot sitting out for over 3 years and just sitting on the sidelines waiting when you're trying to say who is the best fighter in the world? Should you not be active and be competing and be beating? You said yourself, and Hunter has said that the UFC heavyweight division is the best.
Oh, my God. We got a guy with some brain cells in the media room. Somebody's got some fucking brain cells. They don't just say, hey, Dana, how's Power Slap? How's your bullseye? Yeah, Cowboy Cerrone still riding that bull? I'm going to get Cowboy Cerrone to brand me. Hey, Dana, did you see Conor McGregor's new yacht video? What do you think about the Jake Paul fight? Hey, Dana, how much money are you spending on UFC Noche? We got someone who actually wants to fucking find out some answers. What's going on here? What does Stipe have on you? Why are you obsessed with John Jones pound for pound? What is happening? You want me to disrespect the legend Stipe? Giving him an interim main event at MSG against a great matchup? You want me to do that? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's ever been, right? So should he not be challenging himself against those fighters? So when John got hurt, instead of saying Stipe versus Pavlovich, Aspinall versus Pavlovich, why not Stipe versus Pavlovich or Stipe versus Aspinall at that point?
Great question. Let's see the answer. Phenomenal, epic question, Kevin Iole. You just gained a new fan for life, a lifelong fan.
That would be the argument.
So I have two legends in the sport that wanted to fight each other. These guys are lined up. One guy gets hurt. And this is the fight that they...
One guy gets hurt where we had a backup for. And it's not just a legends fight, Dana. This is for the baddest man on the planet, UFC Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos, Francis Ngannou, Stipe, Daniel Cormier, John Jones. So I got these two legends that want to fight, and there's a backup, and there's a young stud knocking everybody out. But you guys want me to postpone this legends fight?
They both want. What do you do?
I'm pretty sure Tony and Habib wanted to fight. I'm pretty sure they still want to fight. Tony just tweeted today. Go look at his account. I'm pretty sure they still want to fight. Habib's still talking about Tony. And yet you forced Tony to fight Gaethje. You made him lose his momentum, lose his 12-fight win streak, and Gaethje fought Habib 5 months fucking later. You couldn't have postponed that? Gaethje Poirier too? And then Habib Ferguson down the line at UFC 258, whatever it was? The winner faces the winner of that, interim versus undisputed? Where's the logic here, bud?
You don't show the guys the respect?
No.
And I guarantee you this, if Stipe wins, Stipe's going to retire. You know what I mean? This will be Stipe's last fight. So are you, the media, telling me I should just tell Stipe to fuck off and, good luck to you, Stipe. Right?
You should have given him an ultimatum at UFC 295. Hey, Stipe, you're old as shit. You haven't won a fight in 3 years. We already gifted you a rematch against DC after you waited 2 years. Pavlovich is a one-dimensional fighter. He's got no wrestling, no kicks. You've been training for this date. You're coming off a KO loss. You're 42. We're giving you a main event at Madison Square Garden for the interim title fight to get your momentum back, get the fans behind you, get your credence back, get your legitimacy back, get the fans excited. You need to take this. If you don't take this, sorry about you. Life ain't fair. This is a business. Go ask Aljamain Sterling. Go ask Tyron Woodley. Go ask Anderson Silva. Go ask Tony Ferguson. Go ask Demetrius Johnson. Sorry about you. Sorry about you, bud. This is your opportunity. You want that Jones fight? Go earn it. Go earn it. Go make some money for your family. Go headline MSG. Go get an undeserved interim strap. Get the momentum behind you. The fans will fight for you. You fucking dumbass. You want me to disrespect?
Off into sunset. Go fight some fires, and
yeah,
that's a wrap for you, buddy. Because John got hurt.
Yeah.
Or do I show this guy the respect that I should show him and give them both the fight that they want? You know.
But don't respect Tom. Tom doesn't deserve anything. He's working his way up. He's a good, he's a good prospect. He's young. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got way more. He's got to knock out Volkov. He's got to knock out Almeida. He's got to knock off Tybura again.
That's the position I'm in. We had this thing lined up, and again, like you said, if Stipe was 32 years old, then that's probably what we do.
What does it matter the age of Stipe? When Stipe was 2 years old versus when he was 12 years old versus when he was 22, 32, 42, the UFC Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship has the same value. It's the same title. It's the most prestigious title in MMA. It means you're the baddest man on the planet. Once Stipe's 52, 62, it'll still be the same prestigious title. Well, if Stipe was 32, then yeah, we would have probably had him fight Aspinall and Pavlovich and earn a title shot. But the fact that he's 42, we're just going to gift it to him and lose all credibility for the belt. And, it's just going to be another BMF belt. Who cares how old Stipe is? This is the undisputed fucking belt. If Stipe is the best, he should be able to beat Pavlovich, Aspinall, Jones. If he's not the best, he can't. It's that simple. Who cares? He's a legend. If he's not the best, he doesn't deserve the belt. Unless it's a BMF, unless it's a legend. Make a Legends belt. Over 40 Legends belt. Anybody over 40, Jared Cannonier, Wonder Boy, Jan Blachowicz, Stipe Miocic, over 40s division. Legends belt. This isn't when Stipe was 32 versus now when Stipe is 42. It's the same belt with the same prestige, with the same value that all these guys are chasing.
But this is probably Stipe's last fight, win or lose. And I'm not going to disrespect the guy. He accepted the fight. He was ready for the fight, and John got injured. If you don't think that I wouldn't love to just say, hey, let's do fucking Stipe and one of the top 3 heavyweights, and then we do John Jones versus, it would be great. But
you're the president of the company. Give him an ultimatum. Do this or you're beat. Do this or you're fucked. You're cut. Fight Pavlovich for the interim strap. You don't want to do that? Fight Almeida. Fight Curtis Blades. Earn your position. You're telling me that I should have Stipe earn an undisputed title shot after he already was gifted a rematch against DC for sitting out? You're telling me that, Kevin Iole? He's a legend. You're saying he should earn a title shot, the most prestigious belt we have in the organization? I would love him to fight Aspinall and Pavlovich and actually earn his position as the best fighter in the world, which is what that belt signifies. But, I'm just the president of the company. I just run this whole shit. I just okay every decision and every fight that's made. Cut Stipe. Cut him. Just like you cut Yoel Romero. Just like you cut Anderson Silva. Just like you cut all the rest of them. Demetrius Johnson. Cut him.
we already agreed to this with these guys. We already had a deal, and John got hurt. It's not like I'm trying to pull off some fucking fight nobody wants to see, or not.
Definitely not.
Aspinall's a young, badass dude. He's got plenty of time. These guys are going to fight in November, and he will fight John Jones if he wins. I almost guarantee you that. And if Stipe wins, then we'll figure out what's next for Aspinall.
So if Stipe were to happen to win, does Aspinall become the full champion given you
Well, then who knows, too? Let's see if Stipe wins and Stipe feels great. Maybe Stipe does take the fight. I don't know.
Why don't you fucking ask Stipe before you make these huge decisions for the company, with the most prestigious belt in the company, with the most eyeballs, the most watchers on this division, heavyweight division? Why don't you ask him? Why don't you talk to him? Hey, Stipe, we have to know your plan. If you're going to retire, you have to fight Pavlovich. If you're going to retire, you can fight Jones after he fights Aspinall, if he loses, for a Legends fight. Ask him. You're the president. You're his boss.
I'm just saying, me right here now, I think that if Stipe wins, Stipe probably retires. But you never know until the fight's over. Anything can happen in a fight. Stipe could go in there and win spectacularly, and he beats the greatest fighter of all time, and maybe he wants to test himself against Aspinall, and maybe the money's right, and it all lines up, and he wants it. Who knows? But I made a deal with these two guys that they could fight each other, and one guy got hurt, now he's ready, and the fight's going to happen. And John Jones is the pound-for-pound best fighter.
There's small voice. Fuck off, Dana. Fuck you, Stipe. Should have given him an ultimatum at UFC 295, earn the title shot, get his momentum back, get the interim strap, beat Pavlovich, but you didn't do that. Cut him. He doesn't bring in any money. He's not a draw. He's not a star. He's not a social media presence. He's mumble mouth, marble mouth, fuckface McGee. Aspinall's the future. You fucking dumbass. Make it happen. I'm sick of this shit. I'm over it. I'm done with it. And I'm tired of it. So thank God we got warriors like Kevin Iole, the people's fucking media member, someone who's not going to just suck Dana White's cock. And he's gonna come at him. He's going to come at his neck. And Dana White seems to really care about his legends. Yeah, he really cares about Tony Ferguson. Really gives a fuck about Anderson Silva. Really cares about these guys. Michelle Watterson gets a fucking retirement package. Unbelievable. Anyway, like and subscribe. Kevin Iole, go fucking join his channel. Let's go.